This is the Sunshine Coast, Mark and Caroline on 92.7 Mix FM.
Good morning. How's things up there?
Beautiful, thanks. You're the executive producer of This Time Next Year. And it was a beautiful show. People go in, walk in one door, tell a story, and then walk through another door. It's a year later, and they've had some sort of transformation. Who was your favourite transformation of the last series?
Well, the whole thing's a bit of smoke and mirrors, as you probably gathered, watching that year disappear within a matter of seconds. My favourite from the first series was the guy from the country. I forget exactly where he was, out in the regional areas, where he had to tell his family that he was gay and had been living that life for some time, which I thought was an incredibly gutsy thing to do, especially with cameras there.
I liked that story too. The thing that blew me away about that one was his family clearly didn't mind. They loved him either way. They didn't care less. Yeah, but he'd really held that secret inside for such a long time, hadn't he?
I mean, if you guys had the chance to do something really profound and transformative by this time next year, what would you do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping to get a pool in.
Okay.
Do the cameras want to follow that?
Well, I really want one. My wife really wants one.
Okay. Would it be life-changing?
Yes. Have you done a Queensland summer without a pool?
That's a good point.
Yeah, very good point.
As you've gathered, we're just firing up the machine to do a second series now, where we're taking submissions from people who do want to do something transformative. And it doesn't have to be profound, just something that really is going to make their life different. And having a television show follow them for the year is going to put that little bit of extra pressure on them to make sure it happens. So we're getting a lot of people who want to lose enormous amounts of weight and get married and do all sorts of interesting things.
How would you feel if I told you that Caroline secretly has always wanted to be a stunt woman and she's got this stunt she wants to do live on set? How would you feel about that?
What's the stunt?
No,
it involves fire and
they've already had that.
She can only do it once, though.
I saw that.
Yeah, well, we did that in the last series.
It's last year.
I just was having a chuckle at the fact that it cost you $40,000 on set.
Yeah, that's what we probably.
No
we had a little issue with the fire extinguishers, but let's not talk about that.
No way. Is that true? Because I saw that stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah, you won't be doing that again.
All right, there we go. Okay, that's the answer I was actually after.
But we're talking to a lot of people that have phobias, all sorts of phobias, phobias of fruit to creepy crawlies and things like that.
So you don't mind what it is. Someone from the Sunshine Coast, you're absolutely looking for people who've got some great idea to transform their life. And can I just ask, do you help them or do you just say, see you next year? Or is there any sort of assistance behind the scenes?
What we do is, because we're not kind of like Make-A-Wish, we help them in as much as we point them in the right direction. If they need some assistance, we might give them the name of a specialist. If it's a medical-related transformation thereafter, we'll just kind of help them out because it's in everybody's interest to make it happen. But at the same time, we're not paying for anything or, they've got to own it. They've got to really want to do this. It's their transformation. Ideally, they would be doing it anyway, but they're just kind of using us, if you like, to say, no, if I'm on this show, then I will absolutely
really have to do it.
I don't want to embarrass myself and come back next year and say, you know what, I didn't do it.
Yeah, well, see, that would be me. But I've got something that Caroline can do for you. This is perfect, Steve, okay? Now, This is it. This is the one.
Are we workshopping this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Okay,
Caroline's a vegan, and I reckon in a year she could go back to being a full meat eater. What do you reckon? Let's get together. Well, she says, right, I'm a vegan, and I'm gonna come back, and I can guide her through that journey.
She could start with just some little chipolatas, some small little sausagey things, and work her way up to a 300-gram steak.
Yeah, or a bucket of KFC, something.
This has been great.
I tell you what, if you do that, Carolyn, we'll put the spread on for you a year later, okay? You can eat it in the studio with Carl.
Carl's shout. Carl's shouting to KFC, Caroline.
Good to know. Thanks, Stephen.
Make a note of that.
I think this is where you say, don't call us, we'll call you.